Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for another video. So today is my update video for May 2024, all the projects I got done in May 2024 and any spending I may have done, and you know, plans for June. So there was one video on my channel for May, process video, and it's this one. You may notice that there are more than one layouts here, so yeah, I have got a confession to make, I'm afraid. I've been scrapbooking without recording, so yeah, May went a little bit awry. I was diagnosed with osteoporosis, which came as a bit of a shock because I've been on calcium and vitamin D and what have you for the past 10 years, and yeah, didn't expect that, so that kind of took me back a little bit. And then I had my first cataract surgery. So cataract surgery on my right eye a week ago today, which is the 22nd. But that was actually brought forward because it was supposed to be done on the 30th, which is tomorrow. But I got a letter saying that they could do it sooner. So yeah, my vision is much improved, but as you can imagine at the moment it is a little bit off balance because, you know, I haven't got glasses for the other eye and all that kind of thing. But yeah, so I do apologise for not recording these layouts, but I didn't feel, I'm going to be honest and say I just didn't feel like chatting. So yeah, hopefully that will change and I'll record you some videos next month. But yeah, I'll still show everything that I've done, and if there is anything you want to know, process or anything like that that I don't mention, then obviously drop me a message and I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. So this one there was a video for this. So this is that pattern paper with the numbers on, and it's my birthday cake at the pub that we went to for lunch. So there is a process video for that, so I won't go into detail on that one. This one is about Kitchy Donkey, who's the largest donkey at the sanctuary. He's also one of the youngest, and I call him Kitchy Big Boy. So this is brown texture cardstock with this polka dot patterned red paper here, which I think is Bella Besties. I'll be honest and say I haven't made a note of all the products that I've used, so I will, if I can remember what they are, I shall say so, but they will all have been in previous haul videos, so yeah, I haven't made a note of that, I'm sorry. 2 4x6 photos of Kitchy here with layered onto tracing paper. Simple Stories Colour Vibe Foam Alpha there for the title. Got a corrugated heart here that I've inked in red. I think I used paint for that, which would have been this paint here. This just the paints that I've got in my stash. Brown tag with the brown eyelet set into it. Some red baker's twine. A wood gate that I've inked a little bit in brown. A wood heart that says cute on it. I've gessoed over that just to make that stand out a little bit more. White jelly roll pen for the journaling, and this would have been recovered, whatever you want to say, from one of those layouts that I've taken apart as part of the House of Scrap. This is a layout about Joseph the donkey. This is 49 and market pattern paper. I can tell that just by the weight of it, and it's not Cartabella because it's not, you know, it's not that texture of Cartabella. This is a Bramble Fox, I'm pretty sure, rainbow and cloud piece there, that has come from another layout. Simple Stories again, the foam alpha there. I've just stamped this heart. This makes my heart happy a couple of times here, the Ellie Studio Planner stamp sets. And I've done my own journaling lines here and just done the writing with a little foam heart there. And yeah, this is Joseph Donkey, and I thought it was about time that I scrapbooked Joseph Donkey because of my love of Joseph the musical, and also because he is such a lovely donkey. Have you ever seen a prettier donkey than Joseph? Look at that. This photo was taken in August last year, so his summer coat, he looks very different at the moment, a bit more raggedy, but still very pretty. And I've just said here, Joseph is such a striking donkey, so pretty, enjoying a salt lick. And if I remember at the end of this video, I'll pop a little video of him enjoying his salt lick. So this is another donkey layout, brown textured cardstock, white stripy pattern paper. Sorry, I don't know what that is, manufacturer. I've got a 4x6 landscape photo here of Elvis with Pearl and Daphne layered over some torn tracing paper. I've got a die cut here and a Bramble Fox camera, 2 hearts that I've over inked a little bit in brown, a metal Tim Holtz piece that says In My Heart, flare that's got hashtag favourite, foam sticker, die cut piece, brown tag, eyelet, jute, die cut, project life type card, and another two wood hearts here that have over inked in brown. And I've said here, Daphne and Pearl have now joined Nick and Elvis, the Fab Four. I think Elvis is chatting to the girls about looking after Nick in this photo. So that's really cute. And somebody actually sent that photo to me from the Donkey Sanctuary. This die cut was just in my little baggie of die cuts. I don't know where it came from. It may have come for that recent haul that I did with you know, the various die cut pieces that I got, and off the top of my head I can't remember what the manufacturer was, sorry about that. Came from an old layout, came from an old layout, came from an old layout. Yeah, you really using the stuff, I am. Now then, amongst these layouts that I've got here, and I think there might be 10, there might be 11, not sure, there's 2 double pages. So I'm going to stand up for this one because it's rather large. And this is another layout about the Elvis exhibition that I went to. And the layout that I do later on, which is also about the Elvis exhibition, I've actually used this photo again. So, yeah, I hadn't realised I'd done that until I looked at them both later on. So I may change that photo, but I'm not sure. I may just leave it because it's done now. So white texture cardstock, and I've done some stamping with black ink, some 1950s sort of themed stamping from a stamp set that I've had for many years. Elvis stamp here, camera Elvis, Sun Studios Elvis. I've stamped this here it's I can show it to you actually. Let me grab it because I know it's quite coveted or sought after banana frog, isn't it? And I must admit I didn't know that when I started scrapbooking, and I got a few banana frog stamp sets, and I know everyone absolutely loves them, don't they? And I don't use them often enough. And this one is this lovely Budmo Gigolo, it's called, and it's like a lovely, you know, like stage lights kind of stamp set. So I thought I'd use that for stamping Elvis. I don't think that this piece is Bramble Fox. I think it may be another manufacturer, but it's an acrylic piece. 2 little foam textured glittered layered stars there. Flare piece, Bramble Fox, arrow, a wood musical note, and this again is not Bramble Fox, it's another manufacturer and both of these have come from layouts that I've deconstructed. And I've just written here, Angie Marchese, such an incredible Elvis historian, curator event direct from Graceland London Bridge. I meant to put Archers London Bridge, but I started writing it before I realised, and then I suppose I could put Archers there, but I just left it as London Bridge. And then there's me and Angie, the very, very famous eagle jumpsuit that Elvis wore at the Lower from Hawaii concert, me holding one of the Vegas belts, and this has always fascinated me, this kind of sort of lounge coat, you might call it, that Elvis's manager used to wear to promote Elvis's movies, and it's got all the movies on. It's amazing, and some of the character names and some of the actors and actresses. Got Barbara Stanwyck here, she was in Roustabout. So yeah, double pager for the Elvis exhibition. Then we're moving back to another donkey layout. This again is 49 and market pattern paper with that pre-printed blue circle there, and I think I bought it for this side, but this side really fitted in with this layout, which is, you know, if that happens, then that's what I do. I always use papers, I never keep them. If I find one that works, whichever side of the pattern it is, I'll use it. I won't worry about saving it for something else. There's always another pattern paper in the offing, you know, that you can get. 2 buttons, which were gifted to me, a wood star and just a chipboard star. Chipboard American Crafts title. Bramble Fox hearts here that are again recovered from layouts. Flare recovered from a layout. Jute. 4 wood horseshoes that I got from Etsy that I've slightly inked in a blue ink there, just to kind of match the background a little bit. 4x6 photo here of the donkeys, layered onto tracing paper and then layered onto craft cardstock. A little die cut piece there that says together, and then I've stamped Nick, Pearl, Elvis and Daphne onto the tracing paper, and I've just said here, such a lovely little herd, and it is a lovely little herd. This is the next double page spread that I did about the Elvis exhibition, and I think it goes this way. Yes, it does. So we've got black textured cardstock, and then I've got 2 pattern papers layered Onto that, like a header and footer type design, which I really like to do. And when I do a header and footer, I also quite like to do a top left to bottom right, which I've done here. Quite often I'll do the title across the middle here, but I didn't do that with this one. I just, you know, I use the acrylic pieces as the title. So I've got 2 4x6 portrait photos here, 2 3x4 portrait photos. Bramble Fox Christmas star, came from a Christmas collection, a wood glittered star and a black star, which I think I inked myself. 2 Bramble Fox banner pieces here, which probably came from the royal set, like for the coronation or the jubilee or something. Bramble Fox, Bramble Fox, Bramble Fox. Lovely jute or kind of bamboo or something heart there that I've used on all the layouts in the past, and this one has been saved for all these things. Well, all the Bramble Fox things have been saved from layouts that I've deconstructed, including this one. The others I'm not sure, they may have come from my stash. Flare piece, Tim Holtz piece that says go and see, explore, and again all from layouts that I've deconstructed. Project Life card here. So what I've said here is the curator event included handling the Vegas belt, which is this one, the blue tie jacket from the family photos, and the promotional red waistcoat for the 68 special. It got damaged at the cleaners and Elvis was not happy. So Angie Marquez has told us that story about this waistcoat. I mean, if you look up promotion for the 68 special, you'll see Elvis wearing this waistcoat. And it got damaged at the cleaners, and when she said damage, I thought she meant like a watermark or something, but actually no, there's like a real proper like tear there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a proper tear. It got torn, and Elvis never wore it again, which is quite sad really, but you know, I guess he felt upset about that, as would I. I think I would have been a bit more careful if I was handling Elvis's clothes. We didn't get to handle those clothes, but we did get to handle some things, but not the clothes. They were just there on display. And there's a very famous photo of Elvis with Priscilla and Lisa Marie when she was a baby, a very young child, and he's wearing this tie coat and jacket in that photo shoot. This is a layout about Buddy and Chester meeting Harvey Donkey at the Donkey Sanctuary last year. White texture cardstock, brown dotty polka dot type pattern paper, and I've gone around with my distress tool just to rough up the edges of that. I felt as though it needed it. And then I've got these 2 3x4 portrait photos of Chester and Buddy meeting Harvey, and I've layered those onto torn tracing paper. White puffy outfit in a recent haul. 3 white puffy hearts came from an old layout. A wood heart with a punched out white textured cardstock heart inside. Got this lovely faux brad here that says talk to the poor, and I've popped that onto a punched out white circle. 2 Shadney wood buttons that my lovely friend Moira sends to me. A wood title piece here that I've gessoed over, and I wanted it to look a bit kind of rough and ready, like rustic, so I didn't bother sort of tidying it up. I let it dry with kind of the bits of gesso hanging over the sides and things like that. So yeah, that's the look that I wanted. I've got this chipboard woof piece here and 2 wood, not chip, is it? Yeah, chipboard, and then 2 wood doggies here. These things were gifted to me, and then I've got this little ladybird there that I've just, it was actually over there. I've got a few bits on my desk, just like little embellishments and things that have come from layouts, and I just spotted that over there, and I thought, oh, I wonder if that'll fit, and it did. And I thought it's nice because it's got the red in it for Buddy's collar and what have you, and the purple for Chesty's. So I thought, yeah, I thought it looked quite nice, so I just left it on there, and it was fine. I really like the way it looks. And I've just said here, when Buddy and Chester met Harvey, and that was last summer when my husband was in hospital, and we popped over to Donkey Sanctuary one day. So this is a layout about family, grey texture cardstock, this lovely wide stripe pattern paper that I thought went really well with kind of this building, this kind of like historic building. And what I've done here is I've used a frame that had a frame inside it, and rather than use them separately, I've just used them together. I did kind of put a bit of a tape on the back there to make them kind of stay in place. And I've got this die cut birthday balloon here, a wood Discover title piece that I've inked in blue, sort of lightly inked in blue, flare piece that says April, and that was actually an afterthought. I'd already done this layout, and then I saw that on my desk, or I found it somewhere, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll use that, and it goes nicely with my yellow headscarf as well. And then this is a 4x6 portrait photo of me with my nephew and his partner, and I've popped that onto this pattern paper. And actually this paper here was in the packet of these alphas, puffy alphas. This was in the packaging, so I've used it, and I very rarely do that, but I thought it went so well with this pound paper that I would use that. And then I've got some 2 vellum pieces here. I've got this title using this alpha, Family Fun, and I have to say there was no fun in using that alpha whatsoever. Absolutely dreadful. No, 0 adhesive on it. I had to stick every one down individually, and it's a brand new packet that I've only bought recently. It was in one of my hauls, and I kind of got a little bit cross because I thought, as scrapbookers kind of accept sometimes, don't we, that these alphas don't stick very well, but this one in particular just made me really cross because it had 0 stick to it, and they're not cheap, and they are American crafts. And I just think, you know, maybe we should complain a little bit more, but, you know, there's worse things going on in the world, isn't there? But yeah, it just made me a little bit frustrated actually, because I thought, you know, pay quite a lot of money for these, and I had to stick them down. And I think the reason I got a bit cross was because they're quite fiddly. They're not like a wide alpha. It's not easy to add adhesive to them without it showing through, and it was really fiddly. So yeah, I wasn't too happy about that, but there you go. Project Life card here. I've had a little bit stapling here as well for a bit of texture. And I've just said here that we wanted to go to the Stones, but we couldn't get in the car park, so we ended up at this nearby Ilham Hall, which I'd not been to before. I don't think any of us had been to it before. It's in Derbyshire, and it's just a really nice place to walk from, and we'll probably go back there again. They had a lovely little tea room and what have you there. We had a really nice time. This was on my actual birthday, after my birthday lunch. We wanted to go, the stones are the Dovedale stones, so they're like stepping stones over a flowing river in Dovedale in Derbyshire, and it's probably, I would say, almost one of the most visited places in Derbyshire, where people want, you know, if you're going on holiday or something, a tourist, I would say that that's one of, definitely in the top 5, top 2 even, of places to go. The other one I would probably say is sort of Chatsworth House, but yeah, we didn't get to go that day because the car park was too busy. It was a Saturday, so yeah, very busy. I was a bit surprised that we couldn't get in the car park though. And then this is another one of me and my nephew at the lunch, the pub lunch on my actual birthday. I've scrap lifted myself here. That previous layout I did with Elvis the donkey, which was called Over Here. There was a video for that. I've got it on my wall here. I'm looking at it, and it's 27th of June when I took the photo last year. So whether, I can't remember if I made the layout around about that time or not, but if you search for Over There or Over Here, you'll find it on my channel. Blue texture cardstock with this beautiful pattern paper with these sort of, I always think like 1950s kind of stars on there. And I've done some grey baker's twine, which I've stapled in place at the top and the bottom right. Card candy pieces here that I've added. That awful alpha again, that I absolutely love it. I like the look of it, but I don't like, you know, not being able to stick it down. So again, I had to glue each piece down, and you can't see, I don't think you can see where the glue was. You might be able to see a little bit, but not too bad. Bramble Fox heart there, 2 4x4 photos of me and my nephew, blue tag, set and eyelet, baker's twine, blue star die cut piece. I've just said my birthday lunch at the pub was made extra special as Annabelle and his partner joined us. So yeah, this is all the layouts that I've done. 2, 3, count that as 4, 5, count this as 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, 10. I wasn't sure if it's 10 or 11. I mean, it's 10 layouts, but 12 pages, isn't it? So yeah, I did get quite a bit of scrapbooking done in May, but like I say, I just didn't feel like recording. I'm being completely honest about that. And I did actually really enjoy doing my scrapbooking without, you know, not that it's not a pressure to do recording, but you know, it does take time and a bit of effort, and you have to kind of, because I'm chatting to the camera, have to kind of be sort of on the ball with that, you know. Sometimes obviously, you know, I'm not always, I'd make mistakes, but yeah, I just didn't feel like doing that this time, and I hopefully you'll appreciate that. And this is my random stuff Traveller's notebook that I've been working in. So we finished off here last time when I booked some Joseph Theatre tickets. So here we've got these American pancakes that I made, and there's a lady in the UK called Becky XL, and she's got like a channel, YouTube channel, social media, and she does she does gluten-free cooking and baking, and I just used one of her recipes. Are really good. I've used quite a few of them recently, and the recipes are really good. And these were really nice. And actually, I've just remembered I've got a couple of those in the freezer still, so I might have to take those out. Pattern paper here, I think Ellie's Studio. layered textured glittered sticker, a little kind of button type piece there with a smiley face, a die cut piece here. This was actually a cake stand. It's upside down. It had like a base to it, and I trimmed that off and turned it the other way to use it because I thought the colours really matched what I was doing here. So I thought I was quite clever there. Bramble Fox piece here, just a small 3x4 landscape photo of the American pancakes. Torn piece of pattern paper here, and I've just said the recipe for American pancakes is absolutely delicious. So then we're moving on to this is, why have I put, oh, I was just going to say, why have I put 2025? I know why I've put 2025, because when I went to Southampton 2 or 3 weeks ago, this was there, the promotion for Joseph at Southampton. I already knew about it, I bought the tickets and everything. Oh, yeah, I had by then, yeah. And so, yeah, I had to grab a photo. And it's one of those boards where it changes, so it keeps changing to different shows. So I kind of had to wait until the Joseph bit came round to take the photo and quickly snap it. If you come along here for, even if you just come along here for, not even for scrapbooking, at least you get a bit of a laugh, a giggle. With my, you know, mispronouncing of words when my brain doesn't work quickly enough. So lovely stripy papers here, pattern paper Chamel, 4x6 portrait photo, a Bramble Fox heart, a faux brad, that's American Crafts glitter outfit, and then the puffy outfit that just says Southampton there. And then this side is just, we were all set to go out one day, and I think we were waiting for someone to come, like maybe we were waiting for the chap to come and sort the dishwasher or something, or the weather was bad. I can't remember. There was some reason why we couldn't go out, and in the end the time got so much later that we just decided not to go out at all. But I'd sort of got myself ready to go out and everything, so I came up into my craft room. I was having a little bit of fun taking photos and doing little videos and things, and that's what I'm documenting here. And I used this photo, I'll probably be using it on, you'll probably have seen it already on this at the beginning of this video, and the little video that I made I'll probably incorporate into my videos. I'm trying to think what you call that. Is it like a, it's just the intro to the video, and the little photo that you use to promote your video, that kind of thing. So I've got dotty paper here with torn at the bottom. I've got a little banner piece here with the cameras on, and these all came, I think, from a Simple Stories crafting themed pack that it's been in my stash for ages, and I've just cut them all down but never used them. Cut these down from a Project Life type card, glitter dome, and yeah, just a photo of me, just a fun photo of me with my scissors in my craft room. So this is when I went to the theatre on this day. So I went to see Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and that's when I seen the promotion, or saw the promotion for Joseph. I got the flyer from the show, again that dotty paper, I used another piece of that and torn the bottom. I've got this yellow piece of pattern paper behind the 4x6 portrait photo, and then I've just got a little bit of ledger type paper that I've cut down and torn the edge just to do the writing. And I've just said it was fun to see Chitty again. Spectacular staging. I saw it in the West End many years ago, and I thought this was better. I mean, it was just spectacular. Just the staging of the show is spectacular. And the company that stages this show also stages the Dreamcoat Stars show that I've been going to see. So just incredible. And that's a much simpler set. I'm not sure whether they do Joseph or not, but yeah, definitely Dreamcoat Stars, I'm sure of it. So this is my theatre stamp that I use on all my theatre layouts. 2 Tim Holtz metal pieces here, Light the Way and Free to Fly, which I thought was quite funny, you know, because Light the Way with the Chitty and Free to Fly, because Chitty flies, doesn't he? So I thought I was being clever there as usual. Little red baker's twine added to those a little bit, and these came from a deconstructed layout. A lot, not all, but very many of the embellishments and products that I'm using at the moment in my scrapbooking have all come from layouts that I've taken apart, that I've not kept, which is good because, you know, I'm getting a second use of the embellishments, aren't I? Which is amazing. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So I've got this XO pattern paper here that I've used on both sides, and I've torn the bottom edge. A bit more of that dotty paper with a torn edge, and the ledger paper with torn edges. Bramble Fox piece here. This is a 3x4 photo of me with fish and chips, and a 3x4 photo of Mum and I. This is portrait, that's landscape. Bramble Fox piece here. This just came from a card making kit that I've had in my stash for years. It says especially for you. And I've just said here, an unexpected business trip meant family time and a trip to Harrogate. We found a brilliant pub, dog friendly and great gluten free. The Inn on Cheltenham Parade near the theatre. So yeah, we ended up going up north because my husband had to do a collection. And we went, because it's on the way to my parents, we thought, oh, we'd go to my parents for a few days as well, which was really nice. And I've always wanted to go to Harrogate. I've never been there before. So we went, and yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with the city centre, I have to say. I didn't think it was like amazing, because I was maybe compare it to like York, because I think York's an amazing city, and I didn't think it was as nice as York. But when you get up to the bit where you've got all the historic buildings and everything, it was really nice, and we did enjoy it. We had the dogs with us, you know, a little bit naughty, a little bit noisy, so it wasn't as relaxed as it might have been, but you know, we still had a nice time. And there's a very famous cafe there called Betty's Cafe, and of course we had to go there. So Mum and I just had a selfie outside, and this is the packaging from the cakes that we bought. Acrylic heart, which I don't think is bamboo fox heart. Very small picture here of the cake, the gluten-free cakes that I bought. And I've used that glittered alpha again, haven't I, to do the name of the city. And I've just used a bit of the packaging here for that. And I've just said, beautiful place with beautiful cakes. The gluten-free was okay. I wasn't overly impressed with it, but it was okay. And then we thought, I've put here, one staff member a bit rude. We thought this lady was a little bit rude, not necessarily to us, well, a little bit, but she was quite rude to another customer, and we were quite surprised by that. So I've just basically said here, I wouldn't recommend for gluten-free. Probably wouldn't recommend when that rude staff member was there either, but there you go. Right, next page. This is still in Derbyshire with my parents. I've used 2 of those 6x8 LE Studio pattern papers here. A photo of my husband with Buddy. I've cut these photos down, so they're not 3x4. I've just literally cut them down as much as I can to still get the whole image on the photo, but so that they easily fit on the page. So Chester and Buddy, Chester on the ferry, me with Chester in the garden at my parents. I've just had a lovely evening. We sat outside in Mum's garden. Chester wanted to play, of course, and Buddy was rolling around on the garden. I had to get a little video of that, but it's quite long, so I probably won't pop that at the end of here. And then I'm just using up little die cut pieces from my stash, hearts, and just your doggy themed one here, and that lovely little balloon dog that I really like. And these cut parts from Bramble Fox that Stephanie sent to me. Then I've just said here, Chester on the ferry home. And then we move on to our local ale festival here on the island that my husband and I went to over a couple of days. It was over not the weekend, not the bank holiday weekend, the weekend before. Well, it's here, look, 16th to 19th of May. So we sat outside, they had music, it was really nice, lovely weather, and the dogs, you know, enjoyed it. And I've used another one of those die cut pieces there, a flare piece, a fabric brad, Bramble Fox, and a partial piece of a Project Life card. And I've just said, I thought it was the back of that one, but it's not. We went to the pub, sat outside on Saturday and Sunday, lovely food, live music, sunshine, chatted with villagers and some other friends who were there, which is really nice. And then I think it was last weekend, yeah it was, we popped down there one lunchtime just to sit outside, and it was completely different. It was windy and just, yeah, no sunshine or anything. It wasn't quite the same, but there you go. So this is a photo of me with my goggles on. So I've had my cataract done, and when you're outside you have to wear sunglasses, but also you have to kind of protect your eyes, and because I've got I get hay fever and what have you, I'm being extra careful, so I'm taking it seriously. And I've got these goggles, which I have to say are amazing when you're in the shower, like for keeping the water away from your eyes. They're not very flattering, but they really do work. And I've got an overhead shower, and I've got one that's more of a handheld shower that's a little bit lower, shower head that's a little bit lower on the wall. So I've been using that instead of the overhead shower, just to keep the water away, and yeah, it's been working really well. So I just thought it was a funny photo. And what I was doing the first day or two after I was doing my exercise, I was walking around a garden and I had these on. So I wasn't sure if I was allowed to walk on my treadmill, but it says you can walk. It doesn't say don't walk fast. So what I've done now, because I'm a week into the recovery, I am walking on my treadmill, but I'm doing it slower than I would have been. So yeah, but the first couple of days, after the first couple of days, I was just walking around the garden with my goggles on, terrifying the neighbours. I've actually got another pair that's not quite as obvious as those. These look like Biggles, that I wore to when we went the other day when we went to the pub. I just popped those over my sunnies. They're not quite as obvious as those, but that sort of thing doesn't bother me. If I need to wear them, I'll wear them. I need to protect my eyes, so you know that's the most important thing, isn't it? This lovely Project Life card that says funny, and then this little notebook piece here. And I've just said I'm taking my cataract recovery seriously. Gentle walk in the garden with my sunnies and goggles. The dogs were curious. I was walking around the garden, and every time I came back towards the front door, they were both kind of standing there staring at me as if to say, "What are you doing?" I'm saying, "Come on, come with me," and they'd kind of walk a few steps and they'd go back again. Then I'd walk around again and one of them would be there. I'd walk around again, the other one would be there. It's really funny. They just didn't know what was going on. So then I've got this page here documenting my surgery, and I've used all these lovely buttons that my friend gave to me because of the bright colours. So since I've had the surgery, I know people say to you about colours being more vivid, and yeah, that is so true. And so that's why I've used these stars here. And I've got this Don't Stare, which is a badge, an actual pin badge, which came from another layout. And now this one I think I've showed you before. It's a photo of Elvis having his blood pressure taken, and I thought I'd use that as the photo because I've already got this one here. And I was a little bit nervous about my blood pressure because I've had a little bit of an issue with my blood pressure. And if it's too high, they won't do the surgery. But actually, it was fine and they did the surgery. So that's why I've used that. And then I've got this little pizza embellishment here and 2 glitter domes. So my husband made me pizza when I got home after my surgery in the evening. So I'm just saying that they went ahead with my surgery with a local anaesthetic and sedation instead of having to have a general anaesthetic, which was amazing, and all went well. The colours are vivid and I can see dirt that I couldn't see before pizza when I got home. Yeah, I've been just a little bit taken aback by the fact that some of my windowsills are not quite as clean as I thought they were. Because I can actually see it now, and I couldn't see it before, and I was like, oh my gosh. I said to my husband, like, oh my gosh, why didn't you tell me? You know that I wouldn't let it get like that. But of course he can't turn around and say, why didn't you clean the window, sort of thing, you know. But what I did think was he could have done it, couldn't he? But he didn't. But there you go. It's quite funny. So once I'm allowed to, I'm going to go around and clean all my windows properly. I've been doing it a little bit like gently, but you have to be careful as to what you do in the weeks after you have the surgery. And then I found out that the Dreamcoat Stars show that I love so much is doing a musical version, a Christmas version, sorry. And I had a look at the dates and I managed to find one that's on the south coast. So I've booked that for later this year. 3 Project Life cards layered here. And then I've just said exactly what I just told you. And I'm really excited about that. And I'll be staying over because I've just got it. It's in the evening. It's not a matinee. So it'll be difficult to get back home afterwards. The ferries don't run too late. I mean, actually with that I probably could get back, but because it's end of November, I think I'm just going to enjoy myself and maybe do a little bit of shopping and stuff, you know, in the little town where I'm going. These are just 2 photos of my scrapbooking albums in my lounge that I've not put in the album yet, which I've not decided how I'm going to do that, so I'm just leaving those as they are. So that's my random stuff traveller's notebook. And then we go on to the donkey ones. I've not been at the donkey sanctuary much lately because I didn't go in the day before I had my eyes done, and I didn't go in the week before because we were going to the mainland and I think I had to take Buddy to the vet, so I didn't go in that day. So I've not been in. I've missed kind of 3 Tuesdays, which is like, you know, quite sad really. But yeah, I'll be happy when I can go back again. I am missing it a lot, but you know, like I said, I've got to take my recovery seriously, so they're working on the farm at the moment. I think I showed this to you before, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So we're starting here. So this was on the 2nd of May, and they asked me to go and collect a cheque from a theatre group that had raised money for the donkey sanctuary, so that's what I did. And of course it's quite amusing, funniest photo ever, me rocking up in my uniform and these lovely glamorous ladies in costume for the you know, theatre group. So yeah, I just thought it was a really funny photo, especially with those being really tall and me being quite short there. But hey, I'm a good sport. Cheryl pattern paper, journaling, a little die cut musical note piece there. I've stamped a camera, and I've just said that what I've just said to you really. I collected the cheque and it was funny, and I had to do a talk. I had to speak as well to them about the sanctuary, which I wasn't expecting, but I was fine because I've done it before. And I was just saying they're a really nice group of people, which they were. And then we're on to the 7th, which was the last time I was at the sanctuary. Elvis and Daphne getting along well in the Fab Four herd with Nick and Pearl. I did a bit of grooming and helped wash the ponies and did some feeding and meds. And then this is Elvis and Daphne taking some water there. Thought it was quite a nice photo. And then I didn't go in on the 14th, like I said, because we were going away and I had to take Buddy to the vet. So on the Friday, I offered to help them with a walk. So we've got a walking festival here on the island in May, and it's a 2-week festival, and they have lots and lots of walks. And we had 2 that actually started from the Donkey Sanctuary, and they asked volunteers to be markers for that. So I did that. I was a back marker, and there's me in my little high vis. I don't know if you can see there. My little high vis there in God's Hill, in the village on the island here. And this photo here, if you step back further and get a wider image, is the most photographed place on the island, I would say. It's where all the tourists go. It's very, very picturesque village with thatch roofs and a church and everything, and it's where all the tourists like to go, and it's a beautiful little village. And we did a walk from the sanctuary. It's a 5-mile walk, sort of circular, and I really enjoyed it very much. Die cut peas, small photo of me there with the whistle. They gave me a whistle, so I felt quite important. I was a back marker. I felt quite important with my whistle. Thankfully I didn't need to use it. No one was unwell or anything. A little frame that I've used here, die cut frame. I've done some planner stamping here with the water bottle and the shoes and everything. Just said what I told you, just volunteered to be a marker for the walk. And then this is at Appledurcombe House, which is a beautiful area on the island. It's a ruin, but it's quite a historic building, and we stopped there as well. And you can probably see me, right, can you see me there? There and there with my headscarf on. So die cut pieces again, die cut piece, and I just said 5 miles, goal met. So and I've got a heartbeat thing there, and walk and drink water. So it's quite nice because I've got to use my sort of fitness planner stamp set for that. And then I've got this page which is not finished actually. So I've got this LE Studio pattern paper here with torn edges that I've just stuck on the page, and a Project Life card. And I've just said here, whilst recovering from cataracts surgery, I'm not allowed on the farm, but my colleague sent me a photo of Elvis munching, which is really nice of her. But it's a small photo, and I haven't printed it yet because I'm waiting until I need to print another photo so I don't waste ink on my selfie printer. So when I get another 3x4 photo to print, I'll print that, pop it in there, and I'll show it to you next month. So that's all the projects that I got done in May. And I'm really pleased with what I got done, saying I had a tricky month and all that. But as always, creating is the thing that helps me get through difficult times, as well as actually really enjoying it. So spending wise, I think I only bought a bit of double-sided tape again because I'm getting through that, really getting through that a lot. I finished my birthday album. I only had to add a little bit of writing, which I did. That's all finished. And I don't think I did anything else. I did the layouts and the 2 travellers notebooks. So yeah, busy month. We had, like I say, we visited family. My husband was on the mainland a few times. Buddy was a little bit unwell. Oh, I did get sunburnt as well. The last time I was at the sanctuary on the 7th, it's that day, the first day where you think you're okay but you aren't, and I got sunburnt and I was really cross with myself. So yeah, that made me a little bit fed up, but thankfully that's behind me now, and I will be taking my 50 factor sunscreen with me everywhere I go. I've read some books. I think I read 4 books. I've done some sewing. Oh yeah, because I've had my cataract done. Even though I've kind of got mono vision at the moment, so one eye's clear and the other's not as clear, I can actually see to do sewing again. So yeah, I've done a little bit of sewing, which is amazing. I was only at the Donkey Sanctuary like 3 times, because the one Tuesday, and then I went to do the walk, and then I collected the check, so I popped that over one day. But yeah, I won't be going back probably towards the end of June, I don't think now, because yeah, I've said already, I'm taking my recovery very seriously, so I won't be going until I am allowed to. House of Scrap, I sorted all the files, everything's done now, and I've got a few statistics I can give to you if you want. I got 53 albums, because the one that was the Christmas Kaisercraft one I'm going to donate to charity, because yeah, it's not brilliant, and I just thought I'm not going to keep it. It's just not a good album, so I didn't keep it. And I've got 2 postbound. So, and out of all those 53 albums, there's 14 that are empty now, since I've done the House of Scrap and I've amalgamated themes and everything and filed them properly. There's 14 empty albums. So in my life, I'm pretty certain I will not be buying any more albums. I've got 724 layouts in D-ring albums, 24 layouts in postbound, which is those 2 postbound Christmas albums. And I'm thinking of amalgamating them into my Christmas albums if it gets a bit tricky and I'm running out of space, because I don't know why I said that, not running out of space on the shelves or in the albums, am I? I'm just thinking because I think I just don't want the post-bound albums, that's the reason. But at the moment I'm keeping them. But what I probably will do is in the future I will amalgamate them into the Christmas albums, because I think I've got an awful lot of space left in the Christmas albums, and I'm being a bit more mindful of how I scrapbook in the future. So I'm not going to be scrapbooking like everything. I won't be doing lots and lots of layouts every year. So I'm pretty sure there's enough room for these layouts plus any in the future. I've got 21 that are in frames. So that's 769 layouts in total. And amongst those are 35 doubles. So that is 769 layouts. So there'll be another 15, 17 or so pages, won't there, to add to that, because I'm counting doubles as one layout. I think I am, yes. So when we started I had over 1,000, didn't I? So I think I've probably let go around about 300 layouts. Some of those, I think these are the ones that are just in albums, so any that I don't actually have here are not counted. I don't think, I'm not sure, because these numbers came from counting the layouts in albums. So what I've done is in my Dropbox on my computer, all the layout photos are in all the themes on there. So there'll be many, many more than this, because I haven't deleted the photos of the layouts that I've not kept. So yeah, I've still got all the photos, but not all the layouts, if that makes sense. So I could amalgamate Project Life. I've got 5 Project Life albums that I probably could reduce down to 4 if I needed to. Like I said, I've got those 2 postband that I could put into the Christmas album. And I've had to split the Joseph the Musical and Musical Theatre because it was getting too fat. So I don't think I've done it yet, but I'm going to have a separate album for Musical Theatre, not Joseph, and then a separate album for just Joseph, and possibly Dreamcoat Stars as well. So what have I got on the back here? Oh, that's it. These are just all I was going around the house counting all the frame layouts, all the layouts that are in frames on the walls, which I possibly may. There's a possibility some of those I may not have shown to you, because unless I just took the frame down at the time and showed it to you when I was doing the video for that sort of year or that album. So yeah, the House of Scrap is finished. I did those photos here that I showed you earlier are my 2 IKEA units that are in my lounge. I was thinking of doing a little video to show that to you, but I've not done it yet. So yeah, these are all the albums that are in the lounge. I think there are some albums, the green albums that are up here, not these ones, but the green cardboard albums that I bought more recently are here, and they're all empty. So yeah, this is most of the albums here. And then there's those 2 here, you see those 2 postbound albums that have got Christmas layouts in them, and these are my 1, 2, 3, 4 Christmas albums, and I'm pretty sure at least one of those is empty. So there's lots of capacity there. So yeah, that's the House of Scrap all done. I may, like I say, I'll try and do some sort of follow-up on that with a little video showing you where it is in my lounge and what have you. But other than that, it's completed, and I'm really pleased with that. I think I started it in July last year, so that's taken a long time to get that done. Almost a year, really. I didn't expect that at the beginning, I don't think I was quite thinking about how much went into it. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I'm really happy with the layouts that I've kept. I'm really happy that I've been able to let some go, and I'm reusing all the embellishments. And yeah, moving forward, I'm still scrapbooking. I love my scrapbooking. I love telling the stories, but I'm going to be a little bit more mindful about what I scrapbook, because I don't want to accumulate any more albums. I like the ones I've got. They do take up quite a bit of room already. So yeah, I'm just going to stick with what I've got in the future. So layouts, donkeys, random, no spending apart from double-sided tape, and June. Yeah, I'm just going to hope to carry on with all these things. I haven't done a flip through of the birthday month album. I'll have a go at that if I can. If not, it'll be another time. But yeah, at the moment I don't know if I'm going to be recording the process currently, just because of my eyes. But hopefully I will be doing scrapbooking, and hopefully I will have something to show you at the end of the month. So thank you for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time. Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for another video. So today is my update video for the month of April 2024. No, it's not.